Hello peeps, Travelman here. Now the question I get asked quite often is how can I get the cheapest flights on the web? Now I can show you a few websites just in a minute, but you must consider a few things. First of all, it's what time of the year that you're actually going, because that could make a big difference to the price. Now that's straightforward enough, of course, but there's other things that you might consider, and the obvious example is during the school holidays, normally sort of late June, July and August. Timing is another thing that you could have a look at. Depends what day of the week you go. Obviously midweek, generally speaking, is slightly cheaper as far as price are concerned, especially to the States. So you can look at going during the week. And I know this sounds crazy, but you could look at flying out at times like Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Easter Monday, because a lot of people tend to travel on those days, of course, and that's where you can pick up the bargains. So bear that in mind. But here's a couple of websites that I specifically look for. Firstly, for flights. Have a look. This first one is Google Flights, quite a popular one. I use it sometimes, and here's a way you can manipulate it to suit yourself and find out the cheapest fares. So as you see from the top, you get round trip or one way. Normally I would put in one way there, and then do the one way back in case you're coming back from a different destination. But all I do is put in your departure point, in this case London, and when it comes to where to, put nothing in that box, right? Nothing at all. And the departure date, if you're quite flexible on the day and look for the cheapest fare in the coming months, as you'll see in the next page, leave that blank too. But if you're quite specific on the date that you need to go, stick the date in there and click straight on to the map. So here we are on the map, and as you see, it brings you up the whole of Europe there, and you can squash it down and it'll bring in worldwide destinations as well, but we're just going to concentrate on Europe because there's obviously quite a lot there. So there is, so you can zoom in there and you can see it's picked out a few destinations for you. If you're going to Spain, for example, you can bring up the Spanish Peninsula and then start zooming in there, and then it'll bring up the coastal resorts there. Can you see that? We're in Valencia, Alicante, and Seville and Granada. So that gives you the cheapest flights. And then what you can do is you can go in to specific boxes and tell them the dates that you want, and it will narrow down, and then you can get hopefully the cheapest flight you can. So this particular website is of course Google Flights. Now I'm going to show you another one I use quite often, and that's called Skyscanner. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is Skyscanner, by far the best site to look at for cheap flights. Okay, so you can see at the top there, it's got the flights icon. So click on that, and then the first box is going to be your departure point, of course, in this case it's London. Now, that's a search I did earlier on, it's for Berlin. If you know where you want to go, type in there, obviously, your destination and put your date in. But here's a very, very good trick. If you click in your destination box there, and it'll come up, obviously, a blank box, and you see just below there, it says everywhere. Click everywhere. And then again, you can put in the date roughly when you're looking to go. In this case, it's October. So search from London to everywhere, and it'll do it from the lowest price upwards initially. So as you can see there, a whole range of destinations, very good, out of London or your local airport. Of course, just type in your local airport. I'll click Germany here, and again, as you see, whole list of destinations. There's the good old Berlin. So when you click in Berlin, it tells you that the box is direct, or the flight's direct, and as you see, a list of flights come up. But as you can see, there's 3 boxes at the top there. Just you click in the cheapest, and then it'll bring up the very, very cheapest. And just below the recommended one, you see there's a flight direct from Stansted to Berlin for £27. So this is Skyscanner. Play about with yourself, it is an app, or you can look at it directly on their webpage, which is skyscanner.net. So you see, it's not just about the search, it's manipulating to get exactly what you want. And of course, you can miss out a few boxes, and that'll give you a variety of choice, as well, of course, the cheapest fares. Anyway, hope that helps you out. See you.